All right, and we are live.
Yeah, we are live.
Yo, everybody. All right, we give y'all a chance to jump on in here as we begin this party.
Yes, let's start the party.
Let's start the party. Make sure y'all share this out wherever y'all are. If y'all in this room,
Yes.
let's see who we got up here.
Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Welcome in the room. All right, all right, Cam. We up to 5. I think we can go now.
Okay, I'm trying to
All
share.
right, you sharing?
I'm trying to share it. Yes.
All right, share it on out. I'll share now public. Hey,
Now, Willie, I can only see your emblem. I can't see you.
you can't see me?
No.
What happened?
Okay.
Yo, this thing is tripping. I it said it lost my browser again.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Alright, don't go nowhere. Stay right there.
Okay, I'm gonna stay right here.
Didn't have an issue.
I'm gonna stay right here. Ooh, this is going to be fun. Yes.
All right. Can you see me now?
I can see you now.
And you can hear me.
And I can hear you.
All right. Hey everybody. Hey y'all, thank y'all for joining us tonight on my little chat about dating and dating tips. So um I want to introduce as y'all know I'm Will, Pastor Will, Willie Spade, whatever you want to call me, Pastor Will. But I got a very special guest tonight in my chat room for Dating God's Way, the Dating God's Way chat room. I got some of y'all know her as Pastor Cam. Y'all may know her as a what, an assistant pastor or co-pastor, co-pastor Camilla Smith.
Uh-huh.
Some of y'all know her as First Lady Smith. All the names. About four of y'all know her as Mommy. But I've known this lady all my life. Ever since I was born, I got the pictures to prove it. I got my none other than my big sister on the line on the stream,
Yes.
Camilla Smith.
Let's
I
do.
call it Cam Cam. Hey Cam Cam.
Hey, Will, let's do this.
Talk about yourself. Tell us who you are.
Well, I am Cam. How about that? I'm just Cam. I am the wife of one, hallelujah, and
Hallelujah.
the mother of four, the big sister to two younger brothers and two younger sister in-laws. But I don't call them in-laws, I just call them my sisters. Hey man, so I'm excited about tonight. This is my first um live anything. I don't do live. So this is really my first sit down and live. I did a couple of praise and worship songs a couple of Sundays ago, but this is
Okay.
my first live. So I'm gonna work it out and see what happens.
All right.
I'm
All
gonna work it out
right.
and see what happens.
All right, Cam, go ahead now. Go ahead now. So, as I was thinking of, different topics to bring to the table,
Okay.
for dating God's way, one of the topics came to my mind was dating a mommy's boy. Hey, Sister Angie, and hey, everybody else. Good to see y'all on the stream.
Hey
Um,
everybody.
but excuse me. As we be as I was thinking about some of the topics, one of
Okay.
the good topic came up about dating a mommy's boy and dating a daddy's girl. And who none other could I invite about dating a daddy's girl than
How
my
about that?
sister?
How about that?
Cam is the ultimate, not was is the ultimate daddy's girl.
I was daddy's girl. Still am daddy's girl. How about
Yeah.
that? How about
How
that?
about that? So, hey Cam, tell us a little something. Tell us like your definitions of like what a mommy's boy is and a daddy's girl is.
Okay, so let's start with a daddy's girl.
Okay.
Daddy's girl, one who daddy just takes to heart, believe in his heart that she's going to be all that he ever anticipated for his little girl to be when she gets grown.
Mm-hmm.
She becomes that real for real, that apple of his eye.
Mm.
And so everything she does, he takes pride in, he's very proud of. He may not say it, but in his heart is there. That's a daddy's girl for you. Uh,
Okay.
Same thing for mama's boy. She
Uh-huh.
may not tell, she might discipline him all the time and get on him all the time, but there's nothing that that boy can't do that mama don't approve of.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's very proud of that boy. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah.
Now you have three sons.
Yes.
Do you consider any of them a mommy's boy? Because I
I
mean
sure do. Yeah.
your boys kind of they kind of sports guys. They out there. They them Smith boys something
Yeah,
else.
they play hard. They play hard, and each one
Yeah.
of them is a mommy's boy. Each one of them. They always say, "Well, mommy, which one's a favorite?" And all of them are my favorite. All of them are my are mommy boys.
Yeah.
Yep, they know how to take care of mommy. So I've always believed that once I teach them how to take care of mommy, they'll learn how to take care of a woman.
Yeah.
So, and they learn really easy. I mean,
Hmm.
early. I don't want to say easy, but early. They learn
Early. It's
early
good.
how to take care of mommy. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now your husband, the famous, the infamous Pastor Cal.
Yeah, Pastor Cal.
Now, Pastor Kyle is an independent, always independent ever since I know him. Always just always get at it type of person. There isn't anything I seen Pastor Kyle go after that he didn't get. I
Yeah,
mean,
that's true. That's
yeah,
true.
he has to go get them.
That's
But however, did you consider Pat when you in your dating years was Pastor Kyle? Did you date a mommy's boy?
Did I date a mommy's boy? You know what? I did.
Okay.
Um, but in dating a mommy's boy, I realized early that um, as the girlfriend, don't come in between the relationship of the mommy and the boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it helped him to grow into being a man.
Mm-hmm.
Because what she actually did was pushed him into being a man.
Yeah.
Mhm. It really did.
Yeah.
So she would push him to be family, um, or be a husband to a wife, or even when we were dating. I don't know if you guys read my 50-day challenge, but on one of those challenges, I did post that I did not meet my in-laws until a year after we were dating,
Wow.
because he decided that he wasn't going to take everybody of interest home. And so I appreciated that. And so on some of the nights we would go out, because he was a mommy's boy and he was very intentional on who he would bring his mommy to meet.
Mm-hmm.
On some of those dates we had to sneak and date.
Y'all
Yeah,
did a lot of that.
yeah, we did a lot of sneaking and dating. I had to make sure he was the one I was bringing home, and he had to make sure I was the one he was taking home.
What y'all got? Y'all got 26 years in now? 26?
Yeah, we got. Let me see. What's this year? So we have 30 years of marriage. Um, next in 2021.
Oh
So we had
wow.
29 years of marriage, and
Yeah.
33 years of dating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we've been together a long time. So it took a while before we really could consider ourselves dating. Even though as soon as you start seeing somebody for a good 3-4 weeks, all of a sudden, oh, we dating, we dating. But we really didn't take it that fast. We, we
Okay.
took our time about it. Uh-huh. We did.
Yeah.
I know
Yeah.
it don't look like it, but we did.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I had something to do with that. I
Yeah,
was
a whole
I,
lot.
I was I was kind of a spoke in the wheel there. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
you weren't only a daddy's girl. You was a brother's girl too.
How about that? Yeah, my brother protected me. See, that's why I couldn't have my mind really made up. I had to wait a minute. Let me see how this thing gonna go before I really take you home. So
Right.
yeah.
Yeah. I now I realize I might have been the overprotective brother.
No, you was good. You was good. You had to have that boundary. Look,
And and that's not even on my list about being an overprotective sibling,
how about
because
that? But
sometimes
put that
the
on there.
siblings, yeah, sometimes the siblings can be just as of a challenge than the actual parents.
That's right. That's right. That's
You
right.
know,
That's
because yeah, Tanya, right. I'm a true mama's boy. Mama. I don't know if Mama got up here yet, but
right.
I was such a mama's boy. I was such a shy kid that I had to sneak out to go on my first date. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I had to sneak my first date in
Wow.
there.
Wow. So I remember my first date with Calvin. He bought my mother flowers.
Smart dude.
Yes, he bought my mother. He didn't bring me no flowers. He bought mama flowers and said, "Hey, Miss Spade, I want to take." Well, back then, of course, I was Camilla, but I want to take Camilla out. And she was like, "Who do that? Nobody does that." But see, that was part of being a mama's boy.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. That was part of that being a mama's boy, taking
Yeah,
mama flowers rather than the girlfriend.
yeah.
That was special. That was
That
different.
was that was different. That was different. Yeah. Let me see. Somebody messaging me because I told them to message me questions if they have in it,
Okay,
and
good.
then we're gonna Okay, that was earlier when I was having difficulties. So
Okay.
we're going to get into some questions, Cam,
Okay,
about
let's do it.
being the mommy's boy and the daddy's girl.
Okay.
Um, because being a me and Eve, we tease each other all the time because she married a mommy's boy, right?
Yes,
And
yes. Yes,
there's
she did. Bless her heart. Yes, she did. More power
and
to her.
there's some things in our dating life. There's some things I kind of brought into the relationship that I guess it was I had already had expectations because you and Mama set the bar for me as far as a woman goes, right? Um,
Uh-huh.
y'all kind of help set the bar about what I'm looking for, whatever. So one of the bars she set, really, especially we talking about dating God's way. One of the
Right.
bars that was set was really like, and this is not far. I don't want to say this like woman or male or female, whatever,
Uh-huh.
but a bar was set as far as being a worshiper,
Right.
right? Because you and Mama was really intense worshipers, and
Right.
so I knew if I was going to be in a serious relationship, it had to be it had to be with a worshiper. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I wouldn't have had it no other way.
Right.
Because one thing is being a mommy's boy. I hung around mom a lot. I hung
Yeah.
around you a lot. Um, and I hung around some of the things that y'all did a lot, especially like at church or whatever. But
Uh-huh.
I knew the benefits of having that God type relationship.
Uh-huh.
You
Yeah.
know,
That's good stuff.
yeah.
Now, see, here's the crazy part. Now, I knew what God had in store for me, sort of, kind of, in my dating. I was really not looking for Calvin per se, but when he showed up, because he was not in Christ, that kind of like, I'm like, do I do this? Do I date him? That's why it took so
Mhm.
long for us to decide, okay, are we going to be really serious about dating?
Yeah.
Because because he wasn't in Christ at the time. And so when I did invite him to church and he decided, okay, I'll go, and then he started coming more and more, it helped the relationship. Let me say
Yeah.
that. So dating God's way, it really helped the relationship when he was introduced to Christ. And then
Mhm.
he decided, oh, I'll give this a try.
Yeah.
And what really made a difference was when he said, I'll go with you more often than I will do what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So for him
Yeah.
to come out of what he was doing, let me just put it out there. He was a Jehovah Witness. So for
Mm-hmm.
him to come out of the Kingdom Hall to come to the church, that was a big change for him. And so I had to, be patient and work with that if that's what he was going to do. And so
Yeah.
in dating, a lot of times we would go to church to date.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
We would do a lot of dating at different churches, or especially concerts, because I knew he
Mm-hmm.
liked music.
Yeah.
So that's when he really got into the Hezekiah Walker and stuff like, and Donald Lawrence. Those are his like favorites.
Yeah. Oh
Mm,
wow. That's good
yep,
stuff. I
yep.
learned something new tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, just um, I guess we can go on and on just about our experience, especially that's what we're here for, because
Right.
we want to help. It seemed like, especially now, there is a negative connotation with dating, especially dating a mommy's boy,
Right.
right? There was a connotation, a negative connotation, like as if a mommy's boy is not independent, right?
Uh-huh.
Or or a mommy's boy is selfish. But I could be. I mean,
It
it could
could, it could
a
go
cross.
both ways, right?
Maybe go both ways. but but yes. Oh, so Piper had a question online right here. So Piper's question: as a daddy's girl, I often look for qualities of my dad in a mate. Is it wrong to have these expectations?
No, it is not wrong, but you have to also release him from what your daddy um is or is not.
Yeah.
You have to allow that person to be their own person, even though you desire certain traits, certain characteristics as your dad. You have to let that person be his own individual,
Yeah.
and don't put that pressure on him. My daddy did it this way. My daddy, and if my daddy was here, he would have. No, you have to let this man be who he is, and it's
Yeah.
up to you to allow him into your space. Ha
Yeah.
ha. A lot of times we just want it to be molded and just like this. No, yeah, he has to be. Let him in your space.
Yeah, I always tell somebody, or kind of suggest to them, allow the guy or whoever to have their own experience,
That's
right?
right.
And don't cheat them because you had different past experience, whether bad or good, that
Hmm.
you holding this person to those experiences, because that's not fair.
That's
That's
not
that's really, that's almost like rebound dating, right?
right.
Because you're not giving the person a fresh chance. You pretty much telling him, look, you got to come and pick up where the other one left off at, right?
Right. That's so unfair. You wouldn't want that, stigma put on you. You would want that person, to accept you for who you are or who you are becoming.
Yeah,
Yeah. And so
yeah,
you have to allow people to become at the same time in a relationship. In a relationship, we both are becoming. So
yeah.
let us become together.
Let us become together. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's good.
Let us
That's
become
good.
together.
So I fielded some questions early, and we'll let this lead our discussion.
Okay.
And I only do this, Cam. I try to only be up here for about an hour or so.
Okay,
So
that's fine. Look, I
okay,
think that's all I got in me anyway.
that's all you got in you. All right, my big sis. All right. So first question somebody had was, um, so I think you touched on this earlier, but it's so she was saying that you know um, when I I think there became friction between the young lady and the young guy's mom, and so but the he wouldn't stand up and defend the young lady,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
And so the question is, so what does she do in a situation like that where she's defenseless, and and especially when you're talking about, you have a long dating relationship, and,
Uh-huh.
and yet, you know that the person's mom feels some kind of way about you, but he won't step in and I don't want to say take a side, but he won't step in and honor you,
Right.
right?
Right.
And so yeah,
So what do you do? So that's when your character has to shine. And so you never do anything or have a confrontation where you stand alone when there's a group of people. First of all, if and should that happen, you always talk to the guy aside and you ask him, "Hey, so if we are in a relationship, your feelings towards me, um, we're not going to get into feelings, but we're going to get in what's right and what's wrong. If you were wrong in the situation, we as the girl or the if the girl was wrong in the situation, then he should have enough enough sense to say, hey babe, you were wrong, and so
yeah,
this is why I took my mom's side. Right, but if she was right, he should say to her, but it should happen in private. It should never happen in front of mommy.
yeah,
You never have that discussion in front of mama.
yeah.
Yeah, because mama will take that one incident and ride it the rest of the relationship. So you never let that go in
That's
front of
good stuff.
never take that down in front of mom. Nope. Uh-uh. You can cook the best meal for the next 2 weeks. That one incident
That
between
one.
her, yep, you and his mama will always last the whole relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
That's good. That's good. I just, one of my things is just, hey, just let me handle it my own way.
Right.
Let me handle it through my relationship. And I know it don't sound like that when it's first happening, because I know she's probably looking like, why your mom still talk to me like that? Why they
Right.
still disrespecting me like that? When are you
Right.
going to do something? But you have to trust that he is handling it on the back end, and maybe him and his mom is having some discussions on the back end, or maybe he borrowed some money from his mom at the time, and he really can't say nothing to her because their
Right.
mom asked for her money back. I don't know. So, but we don't really know what's going on at the back end of the mom and son relationship, especially
Right.
in the dating phase, or in the
Right.
premarital
Yeah,
phase.
right. Definitely in the dating stage, you never put yourself in a situation where you interrupt that relationship because that relationship was there way, way, way before you got there. And so
Yeah,
if you think you're gonna get in there and just change everything overnight, oh, you got another thing coming to your sister. That ain't gonna happen. Like
right.
mama's boy, it ain't gonna happen.
Nah, it ain't gonna
Mm-mm.
happen. Matter of fact, he may just turn his back and just leave the relationship.
Yeah.
Um,
So walk softly. If you know that he is the one, walk softly. I ain't
yeah,
saying, just as the guys would say, punk out, but walk softly. And I bet you'll have your chance.
yeah,
You'll get your chance.
yeah, yeah. Okay, good answer. Good answer. So, okay, so somebody else had a question. So, dating someone. So yeah, so dating someone who has parental issues, like a mommy or daddy issue. What are some of the because you've been pastoring for many years now, and I know you've come across this through your experience, but how do you counsel somebody um, when they're dating somebody who has mommy and daddy issues, what are some of the keys to dating somebody with right now a maybe a chaotic or semi-chaotic family dynamic?
Okay. So mommy daddy issues, meaning that parents are having issues.
That you have that the person that you're dating have issues with their parents, and maybe there's some
Oh,
rebellion there, some friction there.
yeah. And so then that's when you have to really encourage them that with the scripture how it says that we still have to obey our parents in the Lord, for this is right.
Yeah,
We still have to realize that these are our parents.
yeah,
These are our parents. And you should never disrespect your parent. And so
right,
your mate should be in a position where you can have that conversation to jog your mind. You got to think about some things,
yeah,
because at some point in time you're going to get older, and what's going to happen with your kids?
yeah.
I mean, sowing and reaping is still the principle.
It's still the principle.
It's still a principle. So
Yeah,
you have to be careful on how you treat your parents.
true.
I mean, even if they did not bring you up, or you was raised by your grandparents, and you don't feel um the best of love, I should say, towards your parents, you still love them.
Yeah,
You still love them.
yeah. I
And
mean,
so
the Bible still says, honor your
your
mother and your
mother and
father
father.
until your
That's
days
right.
will be
But this is
long, right?
that's right. That's right.
Yeah,
So watch your days. Watch your
yeah.
days.
Watch your
Watch your
days.
days.
True
Watch your
that.
days. How about that? So yeah, we need to honor our parents.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I would say, if somebody is having, parental issues, definitely, especially we talking about dating God's way. We're talking about dating God's way. So, we talking, hey, everybody saying hi.
Hi
Um,
everybody. Thank y'all for joining.
Thank y'all for joining. And so, but definitely you have to pray for that person, because remember that when people as dating God's way, and so dating God's way, I would assume, and I think it's a good assumption that that you are Christian, and you are a follower of Christ, so that you should have some type of prayer life, and that understand. Hey, there go Mama Seal.
Hi
Um,
mama.
have some type of prayer life to know, to realize, that when you are dating somebody, even though you are dating them, that there is that you are also responsible for praying for them too.
That's right.
And maybe in this part of your life, maybe it's not there to date. Maybe you're there to intercede for that person
Right.
and their family relationship. Because they can, if they can, especially if they came to you with an issue, or about their issue, then who best to take it to prayer than somebody that's on their side that can pray them through it?
That's right. So every relationship that you're in is not a dating relationship. Some relationships you're just in for a season, and some of it you're in for a reason, right?
Wow.
So
Wow.
every relationship you're in, that does not mean you have to date.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah,
Wow. That's good. That's good. So
yeah.
yeah, so I would say, like, if you're dating somebody that's kind of having that parental friction between whether they have mommy issues or daddy issues, pray for them, and also lead them to some help. Lead them to somebody that can help them with their issues so they can bring healing. So even if you are dating to marry, you won't marry somebody that still have unresolved
No
issues,
issues.
but
Yeah,
now you're marrying somebody that's restored in that place and that's whole, and you don't have to deal with that in your through your marriage.
that's
You don't want to take old issues into
into
something
something
new.
new.
You
That's
just don't
right.
want to do that.
You don't want to do it because all it does is add more bricks to the wall
Yeah,
and give them reason to build that brick to the wall.
yeah,
So you need to break down as or knock down as much as many walls and bricks as you can before you know
absolutely.
dating gets real serious.
And you know, I could just preach and preach and preach, but you know, but the Bible says, what the Bible does say, you know, you can't bring old wine into new
You
wineskin,
you can't do it.
or your new wineskin will burst. So you can't bring
It
all these
burst
old
old.
unresolved issues into a new marriage, right? Or your
Right.
marriage, or now you're going to find yourself dealing with stuff in your marriage that should have been dealt with in the dating and the pre-dating
Dating
season.
season. That's right. That's right. That's why in the dating season, it's good to talk about all areas, whether it be silly, or serious. Talk about
Yeah,
all of it. And it's okay to have that conversation.
right.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. All
It's
right.
yeah, this is good.
This is good, can.
Yeah, this is good. I like it.
Let's keep rolling. Let's keep rolling. Okay. All right. So somebody asked. Um, so they felt like so they was in this relationship,
Uh-huh.
and they felt like that their role went from girlfriend to mommy.
Oh, da 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 da.
How do you set those boundaries so the two won't cross? Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
I'll let you
okay.
roll.
But you know what? As a nurturer, it's just in you.
Okay.
It's just gonna happen. Um, but you know your role.
Mm-hmm.
You know your role, and you work your role when needed.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing. And being girlfriend, wife slash mommy, you gotta learn how to work your role when needed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because sometimes even as a wife, his mommy is still living, but at home he needs a mommy to help out. And
Wow.
so I have to take that role sometimes, but I'm not telling him that's the role I'm taking. I'll just take it.
Wow.
Do what I got to do and slip right into wife, and he don't know that I skipped a beat. You got to know how to play your role and when to play it. Now, out in public, you will never see me being his mommy,
Mm-hmm.
because that's not who he married. He married
Yeah.
a wife.
Yeah.
So only maturity comes with being a wife.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I would say in that dating season though, I would say in the dating season, don't ever slip into mommy mode.
No, oh yeah, definitely not in dating.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you just no. You can't no. You can't be mommy and dating. If you
Yeah.
find yourself being mommy and dating, you're gonna find yourself being mommy all his life.
Wow.
You
Jesus.
can't you can't do that. You can't.
Woo!
Either
Jesus.
you're gonna be the girlfriend or you're gonna be the mommy.
Good God Almighty.
Now
Not all
after
their
you
life.
become wife, you can work the roles. But when you're dating, you have to take a stand and either be the girlfriend or be the girlfriend.
I think that was me and Ebony's one of our first argument, or one of our first intense moments of fellowship.
I
Was
love it.
I am not your mother,
Uh-huh.
and
Uh-huh.
that put a spark in my head. Okay, you right. You are
I
not
know.
my mother. So
Uh-huh.
so so all those expectations that I had of what a wife should be,
Uh-huh.
I was really saying my expectations was what my mom was to my father,
Right.
and not what a wife was to me in my life.
Right.
Right. And so Pastor, you just said, "Uh-oh." Yeah, and so yeah, that's good.
Yeah. Yeah, that's funny, Abby. Uh-oh. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
good. That's good. Yeah, you can't be mommy. He don't want to date mommy.
yeah. I mean,
And he don't
mom,
want to date
mama
somebody
cook.
that's
Look,
responsible.
mama cooked every night.
Okay.
Um, Mama cleaned my room
Uh-huh.
when she got tired of it.
Uh-huh.
She threw my shoes upstairs when she got tired of it. And then when after I got married, he was like, I am not your mother.
Right.
You gonna have to do these things all on your own.
Uh-huh.
Um, So yeah. So yeah. Okay. Let's see if I got any more questions here. So yeah, if y'all wanna, Mama said we still crazy. If y'all want to type some questions in here, because we're about almost done. Let's see. Let's see. Somebody else had a question. I'm reading on my messenger now.
Okay.
Um, so what are okay? So what are the boundaries of dating a daddy's girl or a mommy's boy?
Say that one more time. I was reading the comment too. Go ahead.
Okay. What are the boundaries for dating a mommy's boy or a daddy's girl? What are the boundaries?
Okay. So what are the boundaries?
What are the
Boundaries.
boundaries?
We're not going to expect him to be daddy.
And you're
Okay.
not going to. I can't expect her to be mommy.
Right. So that's one boundary we got.
I can't even talk to her like mommy. I
No,
have to talk to her like a young woman.
that's right. And you're
Yeah,
going to speak to him as a man. Remember, you are encouraging each other to a different, another level of maturity too.
that's
That's what
right.
dating is really about, coming up to another level. So
Yeah,
you're no longer being an individual, but you're allowing somebody else in your space. So
yeah,
yeah, so when you're allowing somebody else in your whole space, your mental space, um, hanging around your friend space, when you allow somebody in that space, you call yourself dating, then you want to have somebody that's going to respect you in all those areas.
that's
Yeah.
right.
So you got to find those boundaries and borderlines, and
Yeah,
and if he disrespects you in private, oh, he gonna do it in public, and vice versa. So you be careful on who you choose to date,
yeah,
who you say, you know what, we're dating now. Don't be so quick to, just because you met somebody, got their phone number, got their, y'all became Facebook friends. Now all of a sudden you want to, control, because that's going on a lot too in relationships.
true.
Control who you can be friends with and who you can talk to, who you can't talk to. We have to be oh so careful that we are not controlling in our relationships, especially in dating.
True.
Yeah,
Wow, that's good, Cam. Cam.
yeah,
Yeah, I would say I would ditto the boundaries for a man dating a daddy's girl is respect the parents. Always show respect to the parents. Always give respect to the parents, even out of their presence.
that's right.
Show, not even show, but display that you honor her parents or his parents, even when y'all not in the presence of the parents,
That's
right?
right. So to me, that looks like if I come home and I need to vent about something me and my parents are going through, I don't need you to take sides. I
Yeah,
need you to just listen.
right.
And in your listening, if you want to give me advice on me and
Yeah.
help me get myself right, that's one thing. But you're not going to get my parents right. You're not
Boom.
going to talk about my
Ain't gonna
parents,
happen.
right? Or you're not going to disrespect them. But if I look to you to vent, then I'm allowing you into another space, which says, "Hey, help me to figure this thing out."
Yeah. Yeah, that's good, Cam. That's good, Cam. Let's see.
Hmm.
Let's see if I got another question here. It was somebody did ask what's too much in the relationship when you dating a mommy's boy or daddy's girl. And I think for me, I think you nailed it, is when you cross those boundaries about disrespecting the parents, disrespecting who the young woman is or who the young man is. When you cross the line, when you and some people disrespect without knowing they are disrespectful. And the thing is, when you're checked on your disrespect, take note and
But you
don't
know
do it
what?
and don't do it
Realize,
again.
Willie, you know
What's
what I
that?
realized?
What you realize?
So we old right now, but in this situation we old because the younger folks, to me,
Uh-huh.
don't what we call disrespectful. They don't call disrespectful. And
Oh,
so, yeah, me and my adult kids, we always having a conversation about what is disrespectful. And boy, oh boy,
but Cam, I totally agree. Back in the day when you call somebody a B, that
yeah,
was over. I mean, the blocker clear.
right,
Either everybody coming in their house or everybody coming around and looking about the fight. But
right.
now,
It's
man,
just
people,
like running water.
it's just regular. They just
Right.
regular words. Yeah, you're absolutely right
No.
about respect.
Yeah. So now we have to define what is respect.
Yeah,
And back in the day, where you just knew what respect was.
absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Well, to me now, I I believe, I still hold to that respect is okay. If we're going to date, I need to know certain people that's connected to you. So if something happens, that I can have a reference.
yeah.
Nowadays, you just meet anybody, just go out and nobody. It don't matter. That's I can't take it. I need to know who connected to who and who know who and who your Facebook friend. I need to know you. Help me know you.
But Cam, like being a mommy's boy, some people didn't think I was gonna make it because I went straight from mama's house to my own, to our own house,
I sure did the same thing.
and
I
some
was
people,
never on my own. Yep.
I was never on my own, Cam, and some people think like, or they thought that if he had it or if he make it, it's because his parents gonna hold him up, right? And I know we talked about dating, but after we got married, after we said the I do's, I think then E pretty she totally broke me out of depending on mommy and daddy for everything.
Uh
And
huh.
when I needed money, especially when I needed money, um, especially when I really, really needed money, she wouldn't let me run home.
Uh huh.
She wouldn't let me. She was like, "Nope, we're gonna do this on our own. We got this. I got you." And so she really helped me. She really helped break the mold of really being a dependent mama's boy because I was really dependent.
Uh huh.
I mean, mama, I'm still is on mama's insurance. I was on her car insurance. She co-signed for my second car, for my first car, and got me
Uh
that great loan of 0% financing from Ford Motor Company. Oh my goodness, I was living here, you
huh.
know. And then but when I got independent, I was scared that I was going to be living here,
Uh huh.
but it was Ebony that came in and really helped me realize that I could live here and even higher independently and have more pride in it and have more value in what I've did.
Uh
Uh,
huh.
so yeah.
So that's cool. But look, as a daddy's girl, when I left home and I said my I do's, every time I tried to go back, he would tell me, "No, you got a husband. Go home. You got a husband." So I really had to depend on my husband to be, like you say, up there. And
Yeah,
Wakama was always up there. So
yeah,
I mean, even though he was is a mama's boy, he has never slipped on being a husband. Never.
yeah.
Yeah, he's always been more than I have ever expected.
Wow,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah.
wow. That's good, Cam. All right, so somebody wrote in the chat.
What they say?
Um, when do separate family and friends from who you are dating or okay, so when do you separate family and friends from who you are dating, keeping others out?
Okay. So when do you keep others out? That's you control that mechanism.
Okay,
You allow them in and out.
okay.
See, a lot of times we talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
We talk too much. Now it's
Mm-hmm.
okay to let them know who you connected to, because accountability is essential.
True, true, true.
You have to be accountable. I'm not saying not be accountable, but I'm saying know when, know when and what to say, and the timing to say it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah,
Uh huh.
yeah. So somebody else said, what would you say to someone who is dating that mommy's boy or daddy's girl? What advice would you give?
Okay, you went out on me, Will. I got your emblem again. What would you say to
Oh, you know
someone
what? It, okay.
who is dating that?
All right. I'll be right back.
Okay. So in the meantime, what would you say to someone who's dating that mommy's boy or that mommy's girl? What would you say to them? Um, I would say don't come in between that relationship between that mommy and that boy or that daddy and that girl. Don't be coming between that late relationship, but be the girlfriend, be the boyfriend, be the friend. How about that? Be the friend that they're looking for. That's good. Be the friend.
My computer don't like when I do too many things at one time
Of
these days.
course. So slow down. So I
Okay.
told the person that says it says, what would you say to someone who is dating a mommy's boy or a daddy's girl? I said, just be the friend. Be the
Yeah,
girlfriend, be the boyfriend, be the friend.
be the friend.
You be that friend. Don't go in between that relationship. Just be the friend.
That's all you gotta do is just be the
Mm-hmm.
friend.
Yep.
Okay. So somebody asks, so what about being a mommy's girl? Um, how
Oh,
did yeah, that's a good question. So
that's a little different.
okay.
Because when you're mommy's girl, ain't no guy gonna be too good for mommy's girl.
Mm,
It's good enough. Let me say that, good enough for mommy's girl.
yeah,
Mommy's girl is mommy's girl. That
yeah,
mommy girl relationship is so different from daddy's girl relationship. It's almost you really gotta convince mommy that he's the one. Mm-hmm.
yeah. So you know what I find out sometimes though, Cam, it's really not about when it comes to parenting, it's really not about the person that you're dating. Sometimes it's just about you. Your parents have an expectation, and they had their expectations for you to have a certain type of life or to do certain things, and that they think or they feel like that this other person is going to derail or
What you
detour
trying to do? Mm-hmm.
your future, right?
Right. That's good. That's
Yeah,
really good. That's good.
yeah.
So they have that parental instinct.
Parental instinct. Yeah,
Yep, that parental instinct.
yeah. Because I think that daddy wanted you to be something else before you got tied up and decided you was going to get married and do the things that you did. But
Yeah.
he had.
He really wanted me to go away to school.
Hmm.
Uh-huh. And do that. And I did not do that. Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Nope.
yeah.
Didn't go that way, but I did finish school. I did do that. But
He tried to send me to the military.
oh
He tried to
no.
convince me.
I
You ain't. Yeah,
know.
he tried to. Yeah. You wasn't part of those conversations. This is what he. This is see. This is now I realize how much of a mama's boy I was. He used to
Okay.
say stuff like, "You need to go to the military and make a man out of yourself."
What? I didn't know he said that to you. That is funny.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
is funny.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Oh
yeah,
wow.
yeah. Yeah, Daddy ain't know how I was going to make it, but when I made it, he still didn't realize how. I mean, he was like, every now and again we have a comment. What you do again, boy? I was like,
Right.
Daddy, I work on computers.
Right.
Okay, so yeah, but he never stopped short of pushing. He never
Right.
stopped short of pushing, and he never stopped short of supporting,
Uh-huh.
no matter if he agreed or disagreed with your opinion.
Right. Well, that's
Yeah.
funny you would say that. Now he said to me when Calvin said, Mr. Spade, I want to marry Cam. And he said, well, how you going to take care of her? What you going to do? And he
Right.
had to give him the rundown of what he was going to do.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I think that question should be asked in those dating stages even now. Like,
That's
like
right.
going back, I want to date your son, I want to date your daughter, I want to date you. Okay, so what's your plan?
Right. What's your
What's your
vision?
plan for dating? Because right now, it seems like people are just dating and they're not dating for succession of marriage and family or building.
Right.
It's just, dating to have fun, you
Right.
know?
Just to have somebody. Now we can go, So I tell my kids all the time, what's wrong with networking? Because you ain't really dating. What's wrong with networking?
Yeah.
Everybody just have fun, go out, have party night, whatever you do. I don't know what they do these days. But
I
what's
don't know.
wrong with networking?
What's wrong with it?
Yeah, what's wrong with networking? You'll know when it's time to really date. You'll know,
All right.
you'll know, you'll know when it's time.
All right. So we got a couple of more questions here. So we're gonna run through these. Okay. So what if the mommy's boy or daddy's girl's parent doesn't like them?
Oh, well, you're not dating the mommy or the daddy.
That's true.
You're not.
That's true. That's
And
true.
that person have to really understand what he or she desires. And
Absolutely.
if they want to date you, then that's your relationship. The parents can't guide they should not guide the relationship.
Right. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, sometimes it's not about you. Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
it's about that person and what their expectations of their child is. Yeah.
Right.
So
That's
why is it when you don't think no one is good for any of your children?
ah
Wow.
wow.
What is it when you don't think that no one is good for any of your children? You know, I I would say, like who are your children, right? Like that no one is good for them, like nobody that they selected is good for them. Because typically when somebody find or begin dating somebody, they kind of date their parent a little bit. They find the same qualities, something similar in the qualities that find them
It's
comfortable
yeah, it's
to
all in
say,
the way
yes,
you
I
were
want to date
raised.
with you,
Right.
right?
It's all in the way you were raised. So you usually date people in the same category in which you were raised, the same morals in which you
Yeah,
were raised. So if you don't think nobody is good enough for your children, then I think you should look at yourself and say, well, how did I raise them?
yeah,
If nobody's good enough for them, how did I raise them?
yeah. And then you have to ask the question, so what's the categories or what's the list for who is good for my children? What type of person do I think is good for my child to be with? And
Right.
let me share that with my child. Not saying that they're going to select them, but I think it would be good to know for the child to know.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So yeah, so Cam, so we about at 9 o'clock, yo. Um,
Okay, this is good. This was
this is
good.
good, yo. Thank you for the discussion.
You poured it
Um,
out of me. You poured it out.
I appreciate everybody for joining on, for looking at this live. Let's see, message me one more time,
Thank you
and
all.
I'm gonna see.
Okay.
Well, she said another question. Where's another question? I'm not parent. No one will be good enough for mine. I'm working
You
on it.
working on all right, working on it, working on it.
Working on it. He said there's one more question. I don't see any more questions.
Uh-oh.
Um, let's see. But yeah, I do encourage, like, if you're single, if you're unmarried, I do encourage you to date. I think that, is there somebody out there for you? Um, I think that there is somebody out there that you would choose
Right.
for sure. I don't know about the whole for you thing, but I do know that there is a plethora of of people out here that
Mm-hmm.
and the put in the right space where you can meet them at. I think there are still a lot of choices to date, and that could possibly lead to a long term future.
Right.
Yeah.
Totally agree. Totally
uh,
agree.
Happy Lucy, arranged dating should be a thing. Yeah, it worked for some cultures, but that's a topic for another day.
How about that?
That's a topic for another day. Well, Lady Cam, okay. How can you date in COVID-19 times? Last question. Okay, so Cam, we are in this place of quarantine,
Yes.
isolation.
Yes.
What are your suggestions for dating during COVID-19 other than taking a test before you get to my house? Because you definitely got to take the COVID test before you get to my
Right,
house.
right. Take your temperature, right?
Take your temperature. Yeah.
Right. What's your temperature before you come to my house? So take all kinds of temperatures, not just your body temperature, but how serious are you really about dating? Are you just dating just to have a friend, just to have somebody to talk to, or are you really dating because I got some goals and I'm really looking or seeking that special someone?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think you need to take that temperature with yourself first. And
Yeah.
then um through prayer, God will send you the right one.
Amen.
He'll send it to you. He'll send you that person.
Amen.
He'll send
A-
it to
Amen. Before I met Pastor, I told her, I remember one Valentine's Day, um, way before I met Pastor E. I was sitting at home and everybody was out on their Valentine's date,
you.
and I was sitting there, and I think I just broke up with somebody. Yeah, I probably did. And and then I was sitting at home lonely, waiting for anybody to call so I can take out because I was more led by my quote unquote loneliness
Uh-huh.
than my own desire to find somebody. And so we have to be, especially in this quarantine season, we have to be careful that we're not being led by our loneliness,
Right.
because our loneliness can lead us into some into maybe, I don't want to be too dark about it, but it could lead us into some trivial situations when we are led by our loneliness. And
Right.
this and because you're home alone, um, you feel like, oh man, I definitely got when this is over, I got to go get me somebody because I can't do this no more. Don't be led by your desperation.
Right.
Don't be led by that feeling of desperation, but
Right.
definitely still be led by the Spirit of God.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't
And
be
Sean
led by
says
the flesh.
that's good. Money saved.
We still have to worry about these fleshly issues.
We still have to worry about them.
Mm-hmm.
Still have to worry about them. Yeah, and that's true. You don't have to be in the same room to watch the same movie of COVID-19. That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. You can date over Zoom now. You can watch the same broadcast and date over Zoom and have just as much fun. So be creative. Be
Yeah.
creative. Hey Cam, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you for coming on. I
Thank
really
you for being
enjoyed
on
it, yo.
today.
And
I enjoyed
man, we'll
it
touch
too.
base later.
All right, sure will. Thank you,
Love you, girl.
everybody. Love you.
Thank you, everybody. Y'all have a good night.